the first activity we're going to do here is re-speaking. Re-speaking is when the voice is coming in a language and the interpreter just repeats what is said in the same language. It's a training exercise to get your brain to speak while there is message coming in. Let's see how we go.
As I look around and as I travel around the world, I'm starting to see people and nations turning inward against this idea of a connected world and a global community. I hear fearful voices calling for building walls and distancing people they label as others. For blocking free expression, for slowing immigration, reducing trade, and in some cases around the world, even cutting access to the internet. It takes.
Okay, I think I've shown that, well, it can be done with headphones, hey, with headphones. What does that show? Well, you can speak while you are listening. You might have to work at it a bit to get used to it, but it can be done. And if you can do that, then you're halfway to simultaneous interpreting. Now we'll try the same thing, but with a change of language. I'm going to do it into Catalan, so nobody can correct me, I hope. Let's see what happens. Listen for the ear voice span, okay? I'm not going to speak just as soon as I did when I was doing it into English. It'll be a bit later because I'll have to think about what to say, okay?
As I look around and as I travel around the world, I'm starting to see people and nations turning inward against this idea of a connected world and a global community. I hear fearful voices calling for building walls and distancing people they label as others. For blocking free expression, slowing immigration, reducing trade, and in some cases around the world, even cutting access to the internet. It takes.
Okay, there you go. Can be done. Now, the next step is consecutive work. For consecutive, you get a piece of paper. You don't try to do stenography, shorthand. You don't try to get every word. You're simply going to get the main ideas, the structure of the discourse. And there's a video on that, a demonstration on Canvas. You're not going to see while I do this, but I'll get an image of what I've done and put that up so you can see the result, okay, as we go along. Let's listen to it again.
As I look around and as I travel around the world, I'm starting to see people and nations turning inward against this idea of a connected world and a global community. I hear fearful voices calling for building walls and distancing people they label as others. For blocking free expression, for slowing immigration, reducing trade, and in some cases around the world, even cutting access to the internet.
Okay, so I've got that on a bit of paper there that you can't see. I'll just read that back in English. I could read it back in another language though. If you're doing it often, you would take notes in the language that's coming in, but if you already know the words you're going to use or it's a particular term, you can put the target language word down as well. So notes can be a mixture of languages if you like. In this case, I did it in English. As I look around the world and travel, I see people and nations turning inward. They are working against the idea of a global community. They want to build walls against the other. People want to reduce immigration, reduce trade, and in some cases, want to block access to the internet. Okay, that's what I did on the basis of my piece of paper. It wasn't giving everything that was in the original speech. I used compression. Why do you do that? First, because if you did everything that he said, the meeting, every conference would take twice as long. So you use consecutive interpreting to give the main points so that the meetings are more functional, basically. Bearing in mind that if the speaker is in English, many people understand English more or less, and so they would lean on the consecutive rendition simply as a means of support to ensure that they understood what was being done.